Homegrown Radio.
Hello there. This is Homegrown Money, and you are on Financial Game Changer. And you are with Amanda Baloyi. Today, I'd like us to look at this one question. How ready are you to reprogram your mind? See, we spoke about the mind and how that affects the relationship you have with money, how it affects the emotions you have around money, the attitude you have towards money. Is it something that you have been taught is evil, or something that you have come to understand, to embrace, so that it can help you reach your dreams? But you see, how you can determine the kind of relationship you have with money is to look at your own behavior and habits about money. When you receive it, how long does it last? When you have it, do you have a proper budget and planning for it? Sometimes even if you do you follow it or not? Economists have a way of saying there are reasons why people hold on to money. And one of the reasons is for purchases. But the problem is there's a group of people, those ones who like to hold money in the pocket, but just in case, and somehow I've noticed that as a habit that might inhibit you from achieving financial growth or even creating wealth for yourself. Some habits that you can look at are habits that involve you going to a shop, you're going to buy specific things, but you end up spending double the money you are going to spend on things that you did not plan for. It's a financial habit. How about a time whenever you are supposed to go and get money for something, whenever you're supposed to have a meeting, whenever you have a proposal to submit, you delay all that, you find somehow all sorts of excuses that inhibit you from getting that opportunity. That's also a habit. And all these things fall under what we'd call self-sabotage. There are many ways to sabotage yourself just so that you don't move on. But this is not done consciously. Nobody wakes up and says, today I'm just going to sabotage myself. Nobody wakes up and says, today I'm just going to mess up my pocket. No. But we wake up and you think, today I'm going to make it. Today is the day I get my millions. But somehow we miss those opportunities. It's that internal subconscious self-sabotage that takes place in your life or in your mind. And this sabotage is usually caused by your relationship with money. Now, how do you overcome this? How do you reprogram yourself to move away from this kind of a situation? Number one, you need to be aware. Awareness is critical, because if you are not aware of the problem that you might have, there is no way of solving it. There is no way to seek to solve. What would anybody want to solve something that's not there? So when we spoke about just a little bit of a recap of that, there's things that you have seen continuously, there are things that you have heard, and things that you have experienced about money. These things have formed your attitude and your emotions towards money. Be aware of that. Create an awareness around you. Be aware of your financial habits. Be aware of your money habits. Be aware of how you treat money, the attitude that you have towards money. When you see somebody with a lot of money, hear about somebody with a lot of money, how do you feel about them? Resentful or inspired? It's a relationship with money. When you are aware of where you are at, it's easier then to plan a route of where to go. Secondly, admit that you need to change. There is no point in only being aware, but without the admission that change needs to take place. See, there's a story I heard recently. It's a beautiful story I love. It's of ducks. There was this place called Duck City, and not Dark City, Eskom load shedding city. Duck as in DUCK, Duck City. In this city lived a specific species of ducks, and every Sunday they enjoyed going to church. They'd walk to church, and when they get to church, Pastor Duck would then finally stand on the pulpit and he would begin to preach and preach. He was a very powerful pastor. This one particular Sunday, Pastor Duck had prepared one of his favorite sermons. When the ducks got there, mother ducks, the father ducks, the kiddies, all the ducklings, they were sitting waiting for Pastor Duck. Pastor Duck begins his sermon. He says, today I've got something very special for you. They're like, amen, Pastor. He says, You know what? You have got the potential and you can fly. Oh, they were so excited. Amen. I'm telling you, you can fly. Whatever you put your mind to it, you can rise and you can fly. You can fly above all the eagles. You can fly above and soar into the sky. And they said, amen, Pastor Doug. Woo. They were so excited. After the service, they were still talking about it. The sermon was powerful. The sermon was powerful. And then guess what? All the ducks walked home. Up to this day, they're still walking. What happened? They were aware, but they did not admit to change. For as long as you don't change, nothing in your life was going to change. Once you become aware and you admit that change needs to be done, take action. Do something about it. Make plans to turn your life around. It's got to be a conviction in your heart that something has got to be done. You've got to understand that nobody else sabotages you more than you sabotage yourself. Understand that financial growth, financial wellness, wealth creation is up to you and nobody else. Yes, you did not choose where you were born. Yes, you did not choose all the circumstances perhaps up to the age of 18. After that, you're responsible for yourself. You can't be 30 and still blaming your father or your mother who was not there, who did not do this and who did not that. Let me tell you, there are people who have lived with their parents all their life and they are still worse off than you. Why? Because it is not about them anymore. See, people hold on to how I have been raised. At some point, you must be done being raised. There must be a point where you're no longer being raised, but you are now making decisions for yourself. What kind of financial decisions are you making from today going forward? Take action. You can't be poor all your life. How many people are you going to help if that is the case? The poor, unfortunately, cannot help the poor. Let's push to wealth creation. Let's push to uplift each other and eradicate poverty. But we can only do that if we eradicate poverty from our minds. And by doing that is by being aware of our sabotaging habits, admitting that there's a need to change, and then take action. What are you going to do from today? Thank you very much. This is Homegrown Money with Amanda Baloyi.